sponsored by Wayside Furniture. Better furniture priced lower since 1937. Most awarded in Cleveland. This is News 5 at noon.
A Labor Day washout. It started coming down around sunrise today and shows no signs of stopping. We're going to show you where the storms brought down a power line and some unbelievable flooding on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard right now. But first, we are kicking off our team coverage with meteorologist Brian Shaw. Brian, oh my goodness, it is nuts out there.
Yeah, it's been a mess this morning, and there's a lot to unpack here. So first wanted to start off that we've had an extension of the flash flood warning, the area in red that you see here, the red box, and that's likely the alert that you got on your phone. That now goes until 2 o'clock. So active flooding happening in this area, and that's where you see the bullseye of the highest amounts of rainfall. The green or light blue box that you see here kind of on the outside of this red box, that's a lesser flood advisory, so some lesser flooding issues going on there. Then we also have a flood warning specifically for the Cuyahoga River in Independence, which means likely we're going to see some flooding in Valley View of the canal. The biggest bullseye that we've seen so far on radar is near Pepper Pike along 271. Almost 4 inches of rain has fallen, and it's not finished, unfortunately. More has developed out over the lake and slowly drops to the south. The strongest storms right now are slowly moving to the south now around Medina, Akron, south of the Turnpike, and along 76 now, and will continue to drop farther to the south throughout the rest of this afternoon. So a little messy out there and could continue to be a mess. We could have more flooding problems for some of those southern counties this afternoon. A live look in Akron right now where it does look pretty wet. More storms are developing to the west here in western Ohio, and that's the concern, that we continue to see areas of rain following along the same path towards Akron and Canton. It is warmer to the south where it's been drier, cooler to the north in the mid-60s. I don't expect the rain and storms to really wrap up until later on this evening, and we will have some drier time tonight. Now, that's not the only weather-related issues that we had. There was a lot of lightning with these storms. Kevin Barry's out live. There was a fire, I believe, potentially caused by these storms, and then more flooding in that area as well, Kevin.
Yeah, Brian, we found this downed wire, and when we first pulled up, it was sparking. All that's left of it right now, though, is the smoldering earth and a strong smell of burnt rubber. The scene, though, when we first arrived, though, was this on fire, dangerously close to this parked car. Pretty quickly, Cleveland Fire had that fire put out. This is on West 70th Street, just north of Detroit Avenue. So once that was put out, then they cleared the scene. This street was closed. Now it's back open. We also found some flooding, some cars getting stuck underneath an overpass on West 150th Street by Industrial Parkway, and that was a little bit earlier when those heavy rains were coming down. The other thing we're watching, though, is power outages as well. You can see the video of the scene when we first rolled up. On the power outage front, though, Cleveland Public Power says about 250 people or 270 people are without service right now. They're working to get that back, and other companies are also saying that about 100 people scattered throughout our community are without power. What I will say is here on West 70th and Detroit, the light at the end of the street is out right now, but the lights up and down the rest of Detroit do have power. But this street, West 170th, where that electrical fire was happening before, it seems like both the lamps on the streets and some of these buildings don't have power right now. That's here on the west side, but Jordan Vandenberg's over on the east side where he's seeing some heavy flooding right now as well, Jordan.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, here on the east side, we're on Martin Luther King Drive here, and the Superior Viaduct has really become an aqueduct. If I take a step out of the way, you can just see just how raging Doan Brook is right now. All of that water coming down into this low-lying area, just completely inundated MLK. You see a couple of cars that are left behind by their drivers after the waters just got too high too quickly. Luckily, Cleveland Fire tells me that both of the occupants in both of those cars were able to make it out. And you can also kind of tell just how quickly this water is receding. It's almost leaving as fast as it came in. We have some video from earlier, just about a half hour ago, and the water was going up well past the back bumper, almost all the way up to the top of the wheel well. But again, if you look at it now, almost all of that water on the actual driving surface has gone away. But again, this road is still blocked off in this area. and a lot of the other roads that feed into it are also blocked. Again, all of that rain came so quickly, and it just completely inundated the infrastructure that is around here. Again, if you see water like this, don't try to be a hero. Don't try to drive through it, because this is what can happen. Again, MLK is closed right now because of all of this flash flooding, and we'll keep you updated throughout the day. Reporting live on the east side, Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.
All right, Kevin, Jordan, thank you so much, guys. And this morning's rains were too much for the sewers to handle on Cleveland's west side. That led to this sewage and storm water overflow into Lake Erie at Edgewater Beach. If anyone is brave enough to go to the beach in today's storms, I don't know who you are, but if you do, you are warned to avoid coming into contact with the water, and the debris. And check out this new video from Cleveland Heights. Believe it or not, this is supposed to be a road, but you can see it looks more like a river. Per Cleveland Heights police, the intersection of Coventry and North Park is flooded and will be blocked off until further notice. An officer was able to rescue a woman from her car, but that car is now stuck. And this is what it looks like at West 117th right now. You can see water filling up an underpass. West 117th is closed from Madison to Berea until the water recedes. Our flood coverage will continue all day long on the air, online, and of course your favorite streaming service. Search right now on your News 5 app or your Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. And coming up for you this afternoon, a major internet provider launches a plan to give out free internet service to 10 million homes. Find out who qualifies next. Plus, the pandemic has us putting the pedal to the metal. Why state troopers say they are clocking so many more drivers flying well above the speed limit. And a warning from the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. What people are leaving behind on trails and why stacking piles of rocks can have some severe consequences.